Hey buddy, skip my whole hair, because knowing me, in a couple of years' time, I'm going to look back to this and probably miss it, although I'm currently taking it for granted and thinking that I'm bald, and I know future me will slap me around the face and say, buddy, you had it good back then. Anyway, that's not the reason I'm doing this video. I'm turning 22 in around 20 minutes' time. I'm 21 now. The last time I made one of these videos, I was turning 17. So if we do the math quick, 3 plus 2, that was 5 years ago now. I was in, I think it's the first guest room, now the second guest room, on a bed. And I'd have to watch the video back if I'm completely honest, but I think I said something like, this year was the year I learned so much about myself and to not compare myself to others. And I think there's a lot of physical stuff, and he was talking, I think myself, I was talking about how people use steroids and everything on social media is falsified. It's 5 years down the line now. Just watched the movie Tenet. They go back in time. Watch the movie Tenet again. We'll take you back to this moment. We'll take you back to the same mind space if you're watching this a couple years down the line and it's been enough time between seeing the movie and not seeing the movie, if you know what I mean. And you know how I'm weird with movie dates, and it's got to be a certain time period from watching this. And it was sitting there with Hannah, which by this moment you may be watching this and you're married, which I have no doubt in my mind. And after the movie's done, I just felt such a peace from God. Such a bliss wasn't the word, not tranquility. But bliss was probably the closest thing I could describe for what I was feeling. Of faith, of knowing he's taken the reins and he has done everything. And I thought about the vision I have seen for a couple months now of the house that we're gonna buy. And you can see it's a blue day, blue sky. There's some clouds in the sky, not many. There's like a cornfield in front of us. Our house has a porch, and to the right you can walk past, or maybe drive past, walk past the right, and there's a road. And I don't think the road's paved. The road is gravelly. And just a sense of bliss knowing that. The same way Hannah, when I was a kid, maybe 12, 13, I thought about, maybe I did dream about a small brown-haired girl who needs me but was kind, and that was going to protect her. It's the same way I think about this vision. And we're going to go to 22 years old with my new learned faith, my girlfriend, Hannah. I should probably start saying Hannah. Everybody's still alive. Granddad's still alive. And if you're watching this and Granddad's still alive, how is he still alive? We love him to pieces. He has been through every single stroke in the book. And I love him. And when I see him for Christmas, I will tell him I love him. And I will tell him how much he means to me and how much he meant to me. Just to make sure that I don't regret it if I don't. But this year, there's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Downs have been self-doubt, relating my self-worth to how good I am at the current job I'm doing as the SU president. Not good enough. Putting myself to high standards, but then when I do have a chance to work, I don't. Procrastination. And just the mental struggles of what people think of me. I've been struggling with that. Tics, I tick all the time, and bad tics too. But my faith is strong right now in this moment. And I guarantee I won't take right now because God has just filled me with this sense of bliss. And I'm filming this video still feeling this way. I want to try to describe it. It's like it's numb from anything wrong. It's numb from everything that's bad. I don't have any form of doubt. My faith is super strong. I don't feel bad. It's not numb, it's just bliss. I feel a sense of bliss through me right now as I record this video. The biggest things I've learned this year. Right now, I think it is taking the choices, making the decision to do the right thing. Your thoughts don't define you. Your actions define who you are. Do not let the anger, do not let the lust, do not let the devil in. Don't let him in. Your actions define who you are, just like Harry Potter said. Family is so important to me. God is so much more important to me. Bliss. As I sat down after the movie, I looked around the room and I was hyper aware of my surroundings, like the walls. I was looking at, you may be able to see it here. Maybe if I do this, I'll be able to see it now. And this horseshoe and the two paintings, and I'm just thinking, I've been putting into this house, from this apartment, by God, and just thinking about all the things that have happened to get me to this point. He's guided me through it, and just gives me a sense of happiness, a sense of joy, even though I'm a sense of bliss, probably better than anything else. To then go through and complete the image I have in my head of where I will live, and that I will do in God's image. That I'll be grateful for it. And as I touched my girlfriend's face, as I touched Hannah's face, and I thought about, in 20 years' time, I'll think back to when we didn't have kids. I'll think back to when we were living in this apartment, and I'll try to remember her face. But one thing's for sure is I did not take it for granted. I looked at her, I touched her face, and I told her how much I loved her, and I just looked at her in awe. And I played with her hair, and I played with her ears. And I just looked at her and said, I do not take this for granted. I love you so much. And I just did that for like 20 minutes straight. Because I know that the future me, the person that may be watching this video, will look back on this point in my life and say, Andrew, hopefully you didn't take it for granted. And if you're watching this in the future, you'd know I did not. Right now we have the roses growing out. Hannah just bought me the white roses, which could be more of an impactful thing for future me, but she just bought them today, as it's the day before my birthday. And the pink rose that I bought for her birthday last February, still going strong. Currently in my job, as I said previously, I'm attaching a lot of my self-worth to how much I'm accomplishing. We just did our first round of rep forms. You remember what rep forms are, buddy? A lot of emails, that's for sure, and I keep repeating the same people, even though their names, I should have sent it once, but I didn't really think about it. But it's gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay, man. next time I make one of these, either next year or in a couple of years' time, it was 5 years since I made the last one, I'll be even more okay, no matter what happens, as long as I'm with God. And if you have doubts about your faith when you watch this, or you disregard what I'm saying, which hopefully you aren't, I want you to think back to when God answered your prayer about Hannah, when God gave you that, which I think was breaking glass, that loud construction just outside your window. I want you to think back to when you saw your dad's face and you called him and you told him how much he loved you, you loved him, and how much of an impact that he had in your life, and that God's words just blessed right through you. I want to think back of all the times he answered your prayer when you were a teenager upstairs in the third guest room in Mary's room, and he filled you with a sensation of warmth. Generally think back to those moments. Think back to the prayers that he answered. Think back to the temptation that he helped you overcome. Think back to Hannah. And remember, he is with you. And when he is with you, nothing can come back. It. 5 years down the line, or whenever you see this video next, don't care if you're rich. Don't care if you're super mega successful in terms of your job. I hope you maintain at least the same physicality I have in terms of the body. It's winter, so probably weigh like 102 kilos right now. I hope you maintain it or improve it slightly, or a little bit more. What I mean by that is hopefully you've done a marathon or some sort of like high torque competition. You could have come last, but just like doing it. Do some physical things to keep you going. You'll be in the US by this point, I would imagine. I'm thinking like 3-4 years down the line that you're watching this video, but in reality I have no idea how many. Be nice. What I mean by nice is do not ignore or be mean to people because you have doubt in yourself. Go out of your way and be kind. Be neighborly. If you have neighbors, go out and help them out. Just go introduce yourself, say who you are. And do not let your self-doubt manifest in your relationships. Be who you are. Be yourself. Be Andrew. Be the same Andrew that was ready to leave to England. How motivated was he? Be him. So, be active. I hope you're active when you watch this video. Depending on where you are and when you're watching this video, you're continuing with Hannah. And unless something really bad happened, which I'd imagine God would probably help you out through that time. But you'd probably be with Hannah. You may or may not have kids. And that will bring so many complexities to your life that maybe this 21 to 22-year-old Andrew doesn't have the answers to. Maybe a future video does. Just enjoy it, if you are. So sport, be active, healthy. So don't let yourself go too much more than this. Keep yourself fit. Maintain YouTube, although it may not be consistent and you may have drop-offs for months on end. Just steadily upload, and if you give up after a couple months, come back to it. Just continue that going. It gives you such joy, and I imagine it has been for a long time, so I probably won't stop. Appreciate your mom, if mom's still around. Mary's probably still traveling the world, so I just call up Mary if you haven't for a while, man. I don't know, you probably should. But if you haven't called up Mary, just call Mary up. Ask her how she's doing. I don't know. Odile probably is a lawyer by now. Now he'd be in construction. Hope Dad's doing okay. You know, your relationship's on the upwards path. Will never be what it could be. But you forgive him. And he said he wanted to play golf with you when you returned. See if that happened. I'll be surprised if it did. Sport. Sport? YouTube? Success in terms of you have some sort of career development where you're on an upward trajectory. Nature. Be in nature. Fire. Make fire. Not in terms of like burning anything down, but like you have access to a fireplace. You have access to wood, camping. Keep your hobbies up. Love science. Learn about the Bible. By the time you're watching this video, you'll be a lot more informed than I am in terms of faith and your beliefs and what to believe and not to believe. One idea I have currently is my religious stance on homosexuality, which I am currently not against. And I don't know if I will be at that point. I'm open to the truth. I'm open to what the Bible says. There's a very, very bright light pointing directly in my location right now that wasn't there 10 seconds ago. Very bright. You'll have a lot more information about the gospel. Very bright light pointing directly at me. Just to summarize it, sport, YouTube, career development, Hannah, nature. Kids obviously will come. Family. I think you'll receive a lot of happiness from success in terms of your health and like if you get to marathons and stuff like that. So keep that up, bud. But yeah, it's essentially it for me, man. I'm in a current sense of bliss. So probably I hover from happy to sad quite often, mostly happy, but the sad does creep in, especially from work currently. So I should be quite happy. But yeah, don't let your own personal belief of yourself interfere with your future. You are worthy. God knows you are. I hope basketball continues to go well. And I hope you find, when you arrive in the US, a beautiful future that God helps you and guides you on. Man, you're doing pretty okay. Graduated uni not too long ago. Now you're on your next adventure. You are more than you know. More than that, you are more than what you think. Stay in there, buddy. See you in a couple of years. Woo!